Here are the Heat. It's a three-point game. Burks passes to Hero. Back to Burks. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Nice pass by Hero. He is a highly skilled player.
Pass to Nurkic. Nurkic, a screen on Burks. Now here's Williams. Ball outside. Stolen by Hero. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first.
Gliding the pass to where it needed to be.
Wow, a strong finish to seal the deal. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, not backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Brian?
Allie, thanks. Now here's Burks. He's averaging more than 12 a game. Consistent threat on offense.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Hornets trail by 3. Outside, Anderson. Williams with the screen. Anderson passes to Williams. Outside Burks. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Diabate's checked in for Williams. And Miami also making a switch. Anderson's checked in. The Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Ball passes to Anderson. 1:25 left in the first. Pass to Diabate. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Charlotte, no good that time either. Miami leading by 3. Anderson finds Burks. Wiggins outside. Low block shot. And the shot is good. Dropping it off the front of the rim.
So polished from this painted area. Love watching Wiggins do his thing close to the basket.
There's 49 seconds left in the first. Ball with it. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Outside, Anderson to win the cold spell. Adebayo grabs the board. For Miami, they've gone 5 of 6. They're rolling. Pass to Burks. Launches it. The Hornets pull it in. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing their last matchup with Orlando.
Yeah, for 3 quarters, they were the much better team. But when the lead started to slip away, they just lost their composure.
There's Ball with a 3. That shot is off. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Miami out in front, up by 5. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. If you're just joining us, here for Charlotte, so Miami going with almost an entirely new group here. Charlotte has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. And the Heat unveiling the statue of Dwayne Wade, Stan. The face of the franchise forever.
Yeah, Brian, you think of what he meant to this organization, propelling it to its very first championship and then attracting other stars to Miami. He is truly the foundation.
They've got Yusuf Nurkic. Ball is out there with Brandon Miller. And it's Anderson in at the shooting guard position. That's the Hornets 5. Wiggins looking around. Pass to Burks. Here's Adebayo. And here's Hero. Offensive rebound. Burks, and he battles for the ball, gets his second chance bucket. Burks has got 11 points.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Nurkic, a screen on Burks. To the paint. And Adebayo over to help. Kicks it out to Anderson. To the inside. Here's Salon. Good D by Adebayo. For Miami, they've gotten 8 of 14 shots to drop so far in the second. Hero finds Wiggins. Now here's Burks. Fires from deep. Hornets with the rebound. It was a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
The last game between these teams was so close, but ultimately their bench put them over the top.
Yeah, depth plays a huge factor in this league. They can't win just with 5 guys.
The Hornets making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Anderson's checked in for Miami. The Heat with the lead. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. And here's Wiggins, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Miller against Anderson. To the middle. Here's Adebayo. And finished off by Adebayo.
But once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Miami out in front, up 2. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Thanks for joining us. The story through the first half, the Miami Heat in a game so far that's been close.
We often talk about efficiency on offense. They were the winners in that department, guys.
I like how efficient you were with that analysis, Chet. Well done.
Yeah, instead of rambling on like usual.
All right, fellas, time now to take a look at these early season standings in the East.
When I look at Miami, they didn't get...
Thanks for tuning in.
And as we get into the third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boy, one of the stories here, Alec Burks getting it done today.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
And on the floor for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Alec Burks. Then there's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
Down low. Here's Ware. And he jams it home with authority.
Well, he's more than just a shooter. Hero can run offense, a solid ball handling option.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Anderson passes to Williams. Ball outside. Wide open look. The rebound by Ware.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Pass to Adebayo. Back to Burks. Puts up a 3. And again, it's Miami from deep.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. And now it's time to look at the players in this rookie class who are shooting the ball the best so far this season. Pass to Nurkic. Nurkic a screen on Wiggins. And Miller the bucket on the assist from Nurkic. Miller's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Miami leading by 5. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Hero on the wing, hounded by Ball. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. First trip to the line for him here. The first one falls. The Heat making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. It's both from the stripe. The Hornets have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Now Anderson. He has 7. Pass to Ball. And Hero grabs the board.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right and you still get a bad result.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
Now here's Anderson. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. And the shot goes.
easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Hero outside. Outside Burks. 6 to shoot. Inside. Ware. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. There's a minute 47 left in the third quarter. Nurkic, a screen on Burks. Here's Anderson. That one goes. Count it. And now just a 5-point Heat lead.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He wants to review the game plan. A big group substitution here for Charlotte. Diabate's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Okogie comes in for Williams. Green. Making a change here. And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Here's Ware, defended by Nurkic. Pass to Wiggins. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Good work by Wiggins going right into the coverage. Now, he knows how to get himself to the line and get the shot off.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Also, lots of hustle on the offensive end, following shots and creating tons of second chance opportunities.
They've got Brandon Miller, Grant Williams out there with Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's LaMelo Ball, and it's Anderson in a 2-guard. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 4 rebounds now. Wiggins passes to Hero. Here's Ware. Anderson covers. Ware, that's good.
And this is just typical of him, always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Nurkic, a screen on Wiggins. Here's Miller. Knocks down the long J. And the Hornets lead by 6.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Hero against Ball. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Charlotte leading by 6. Outside, Anderson. Down low. The kick out to Ball. And Charlotte, another 3.
Always eager to find a bucket. Ball drops into his shot immediately.
Hero with it. Guarded now by Williams. And that one good.
I like that. Punch it inside. You usually end up with a good shot and or get fouled.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Anderson. From deep 3-point land. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds in the game. To the middle. Here's Burks. Rebounded by Nurkic. Anderson with it. Williams, a screen on Burks. Here's Anderson. Ooh, making it. Presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Back to Burks. To the paint. Here's Adebayo. Rebounded by Nurkic.
Well, he's got the green light in that situation. They want him taking that shot, even if he didn't get it to go.
And here's Anderson. Nurkic, a screen on Hero. Here's Anderson. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line for two.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And the second of two is good. And that'll push the lead to double digits.
He did enough to put this one away. Just a hard-fought battle.
And here's Miami.
Honestly, they're just down by too much to mount a comeback.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest. This game's over.
No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Anderson gets the bucket. So Charlotte takes this one by a big margin. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yes, so true. They put on a show here at home, and I really think they had that extra swagger and confidence, too.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Hey, way to go, MP. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
Be honest. You were worried you went too far, weren't you?
Yeah, I think I let my emotions get the best of me.
Coach, I told you I got you, man.
No, look, I don't want you making a habit of this, but I gotta admit, it's satisfying.
Maybe you should get on social, start talking your own talk, huh?
Oh, no. I think I'll leave that to you. Just make sure you pick your spots, okay? It's time and place for everything. You gotta know when to push right buttons.
I'll be clear. Understood. See you later, Coach.
I'll see you later.
All right.
Okay then, that's how we stand on business.
Long season. Time to grab that lunch bell and go to work.
Everybody stand up if you ever had your back against the wall and had to fight back.
MP. We know MP came ready to play.
MP, what up, man? I like your game.
Man, Mikal Bridges, man, that means a lot to me, man. I appreciate that, for real.
But don't get it twisted, though. Yeah. I'm not going to take it easy on you.
You already know, I know that. But, hey, I do want to see if you want to do a jersey swap after the game.
It's easy. Come on.
All right.
Okay. I like that confidence.
Well, you already know.
We'll see after the game, then.
All right.
Hi, everyone. We've got a good one for you tonight. It's Game 3 of the NBA Cup for both of these teams. Let's get started.
Here we go.
This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Taking a look at Charlotte. They've lost both of their NBA Cup games so far. A rough start.
And the reality is this. I mean, a win tonight, and they still might be out. So their NBA Cup hopes look quite slim right now.
And seeing how things are shaking out for New York as well. What a fantastic start to the group stage. 2-0. And looking to continue their winning ways.
And yeah, on the road tonight, it'll be a bit of a challenge, but 3 is that magic number. If you win 3 group stage games, there's a good chance you advance.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Mikal Bridges out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Hart in at the 4. Now here's Anderson. Jalen Brunson missing his last shot. And the shot goes in. About a minute played so far here in the first. Bridges outside. Hart wide open. He fires. Bangs home the trifecta.
One of Hart's favorite shots there, guys. Excellent recognizing when he has the room to pull the trigger.
In recent seasons, the Charlotte Hornets, Clark, have been very active in the trade market.
Well, it seems like they're always wheeling and dealing. I mean, they're on a quest for that perfect fit lineup, moving pieces around, trying to find the right recipe for success.
Now, here's Bridges, following the missed shot by Nurkic. Bridges kicks to Brunson. And the rebound by Nurkic.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Bridges with the block.
This is where Bridges' wingspan is a factor, allowing him to reach out and get a piece of that shot.
Hart with a screen on Anderson. Bridges for 3. The Hornets pull it in. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
One thing this team likes about Miles Bridges, Greg, he plays a lot. He's always there.
And Kevin, on a couple occasions, Bridges has been near the top in minutes played. He's got that strong 6'7" frame, and it holds up well over the season.
In addition to being a talented scorer, Bridges also gets a good amount of board work done, too. He's a terrific all-around player.
The Knicks making a switch here. McBride's checked in. It's good.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And we're now around the midway point through the group stage games. So let's check out the NBA Cup standings.
Well, as you know, teams are randomly drawn to their groups based off their record from the previous season. And as you can tell, some of these groups are easier to navigate than others.
Now here's Anderson coming off a solid outing against Miami. That one good for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. They trail by 1. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
Now here's Anderson. Crossed up the D perfectly. Anderson's got 6.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Now, let's go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Charles Lee.
He talked about facing a point guard like Jalen Brunson, and he told me Jalen's got a great sense for angles and knows how to attack if anyone's out of position. You have to stay disciplined on defense. Of course, Brunson will be the focus of their attention tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Shot from 12. Rebounded by Hart.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
Brunson outside. The 19-footer is on the money. Brunson's got his second basket of the game.
Great jumper there from Brunson, living off that mid-range.
56 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Anderson, and Anderson slams it in.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
Now here's Brunson, who's coming off a 28-point game against Dallas. Hornets with the rebound. Nurkic has got his 6th rebound on the night.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. The Knicks went all in this summer, trading with their rivals, the Brooklyn Nets, for Mikal Bridges. In reuniting a core that won collegiate championships together, they hope to replicate that success at this level. And now with perhaps the league's top defensive wing tandem, they'll have a chance.
A big-time move for sure. And Shams, we appreciate the report.
Nimble inside play by Bridges, working his way to a close-range shot.
Here's the screen. Here's Anderson. Out to Smith. Beyond the arc. Robinson pulls it in. Bridges outside. The three-pointer no good. So it's a tie game as we end the first. And the second quarter will be on the way. Checked in for Charlotte. Anderson comes in for Grant. Williams. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for New York. OG Anunoby comes in for Cameron Payne. Knicks have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. And New York, looking at who they've got, we've got Miles McBride. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Anunoby. Then it's Bridges, and it's Robinson in at the pivot, manning the middle. And they take the lead. McBride's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And Nurkic has it in the corner. 6 to shoot. Okogie, the pass to Anderson. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Anderson's got 13.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
For 3, Bridges. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Bridges dishes to Robinson. You know, Greg, with this being game 3 of the group stage, you have to start looking at how tiebreakers might work for teams that have the same record in group play. I mean, it's fascinating.
And I believe the first tiebreaker is head-to-head record in the group. If that doesn't solve it, a tie then goes down to each team's point differential. So there are a few more tiebreakers after that, but those two should take care of almost all ties.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court. Back to you.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Outside, Towns. Back to McBride. Smith against Anunoby. Pass to Towns. New York needs to get off a shot. McBride's shot is off. Charlotte, their last game, a win against Miami. Bridges, a screen on Bridges. And here's Anderson for 3. No points to be had here. Misses for the 5th time in 13 tries. Anunoby against Smith. New York moving the ball around. Bridges deciding where to go with it. His 3-pointers off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Smith finds Anderson. Shoots over Towns. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Anderson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hornets. Pass to Bridges. Now, here's Anunoby. Here's Towns. Misses the fadeaway jumper. And that concludes the first half. Hornets lead by 6. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Welcome to halftime, and after 2 quarters played, some ground to make up for the New York Knicks.
I gotta see more fight on the glass. They're in a slugfest. Winning the battle of the boards can swing this game.
But do they have the personnel to do it? I agree with you. They need to do it better, but can they?
And let's turn our attention now to the Rookie of the Year race.
The young guys are playing well, but it's the long season. There's something called the rookie wall.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which players hit that wall and which ones knock it over. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back.
as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Slim having a dominant impact in this game.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Up it forward, it's Miller and Bridges. Ball out there with Anderson. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. So that's the Hornets 5. Brunson, no good. Hornets leading by 6. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Bridges has got 16.
And from long range, Bridges getting more and more comfortable taking and making his share of threes.
Takes a 3. Anderson can't get that one to fall. Knicks trail by 5. To the middle. Bridges shot. Good. And that's now 18 points for Mikal Bridges.
And for the night, Bridges is cooking with grease and showing no signs of slowing down.
A 3 from Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Anunoby passes to Brunson. It's not going to go for him.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
Hard against Anderson. Stolen by Anunoby. Up top, Hart. Bridges outside. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Bridges has got 20 points.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Anderson. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Anderson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Okogie's checked in for Charlotte. And a look here at the most accurate shooting guards in the NBA this season. And you look at Anderson, 4th in the league and as consistent as they come.
You know, just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, you're hot. And it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming on the perimeter.
And not only can they light it up from the perimeter, but they get their buckets getting to the rim as well. I mean, aggressive moves to the basket are always going to help your shooting percentage. You got to get some easy ones to shoot a high percentage.
And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
Brunson drops it in from the arc. Wow!
The competitive spirit of Brunson shining through. He just had to answer that last shot.
Anderson against Bridges. Nurkic a screen on Anunoby. For 3, Okogie. The Knicks pull it in. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. Bridges shot. Good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Ball surveying the defense. Back to Bridges. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. For 3, Okogie knocks down the 3 ball. Okogie's got 5 points so far.
It is a welcome sign for sure. When Okogie connects from deep, it really expands his offensive game.
Brunson sets a screen for Anunoby. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Anderson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And it's a 6-point Hornets lead.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Bridges shot good.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Bridges against Anderson. Bridges, a screen on Bridges. Here's Anderson. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Hart. Misses the layup. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Teams playing well. Hornets on top, up by 4. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
Right back, man. Let's go score, stop, score.
Checked in for Grant Williams. And New York with a change here, too. Achua's checked in. On the court for the Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Achua. Then there's Cameron Payne. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's McBride in at the 2. And the shot will not go from Anunoby.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Charlotte.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
You've also got to commend them for how they've attacked the basket. They've been aggressive. They've not settled and have consistently gone at the rim.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's the floater. Payne can't hit. Hornets leading by 8. Anderson outside. They set the screen. Takes it inside. Takes it off the glass. Anderson's got 33 points.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
McBride finds Towns. Towns sets the pick for Anunoby. Over in the corner, McBride. Floats one up. Diabate grabs the board. And here's Charlotte. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Pass to Bridges. Back to Anderson. Here's Bridges. Here's Diabate. Defended by McBride. Knicks trail by 10. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Both teams will make substitutions. Charlotte leading by 10. Now Ball. Pass to Bridges. Miller outside. Shoots the three. It's rebounded by New York. Hart with it. Now guarded by Ball.
2 minutes.
Bridges inside. Working on Anderson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Brandon Miller.
And Brunson, a very physical player. Someone that understands how to bait defenders into fouling.
And both free throws good for Brunson. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Bridges a screen on Bridges. And Nurkic has it in the corner. Outside, Ball. And it's Jalen Brunson with the rebound. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Big Cat says, take that.
Charlotte leading by 6. 1:19 left in the game. Pass to Nurkic. Nurkic setting the pick for Bridges. Here's Anderson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Second personal foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. Knicks trail by 7. Fires from deep. The rebound by LaMelo Ball.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Anderson outside. Puts up a deep 3. And it's Jalen Brunson with the rebound. Here's New York. Bridges attacking. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And we continue to see Bridges stepping up as a leader. That's a big-time finish.
First personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Sensing an opportunity here to increase the lead and capitalizing on it.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
And I'm sure the coach is telling them it ain't over till it's over. Yeah, but I don't know.
Well, it's not looking good for him. We both can agree to that, can't we? I mean, there's got to be a quick bucket, a quick foul, and see what happens after that.
Towns finds Bridges. It drops. And now they trail by just 4.
Oh, a major factor in those 2021 finals. Bridges growing more and more comfortable in the big moment.
Fourth team foul.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game. And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's Brunson missing.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. No good at the stripe this time. The second misses also. And so it's New York with it. 6-point game. Here's Brunson. He takes it in. Count it.
Hitting the afterburners to get the easy slam.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management is crucial at this time of the game.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. For three, Bridges cans the three. 7 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Got it up in time. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good.